Good morning, day traders. This is September 9th. I'm John Zidar. On behalf of PB Alerts, giving you the alerts you want, but the trading you need. These are my MOMO plays. Every night we look for stocks that are running right up to the bell and look like they should continue running the next day. And we put those on a list and then we watch them right now. From the bell, we see them take off and we jump into one. It can be a little hectic and a little exciting. And we are looking to make a quick gain and we are out no later than 10 in the morning. I got 3 rules to get out. If it starts to fall, get out. A dip's okay, but a fall, out as fast as you can get out. 2, if we make 20% or more, we're out of there. You see a big green bar? Hit your sell button. Don't do any calculations. Sell and grab that money and run. Number 3, when it hits 10:05 in the morning, we're out of there because the market hesitates, changes its mind what it's going to do, and we don't want to go through that, so we're out at 10 in the morning. The rest of the day is ours to do whatever we want with. So what I do is I come here first thing in the morning and I do some research. I jump over here to, I'll let you see what I'm seeing here. There we go. I come over here to the OTC market and I do research. I put in each one of the tickers and I see if they have any news. I jump over here to otcmarkets.com. I type in the ticker right here, RNWF came up. I hit news. News brings up not only the news that they put out, press releases, but it also brings up news that's around online, whether it comes from Access Wire or some other company, it'll be here. Now, this company particularly just had news come out 5 days ago that they have acquired 6 companies. 6 companies. Sacred Biosciences, Sunshine Hemp, 9 Square, PCC. They are psychedelic companies, hemp companies, and fintech, so they can take care of all their own payment solutions. You had that going on today, or at least 5 days ago. What I also learned was that WLAN, which was on our list, I've taken it off, and GVSI, which I've taken off, are pink no information. These are dark defunct stocks. They cannot be bought. You can't buy a dark and defunct stock. It is a punishment that the SEC has put on companies that are not providing information the way they're supposed to. If they're not providing information, they don't let you sell your stock. Now, we can sell our stock and get out of it, but you can't buy anymore. And if they're not righteous and got this stuff straight by September 28th coming up in 20 days, they will be yanked off the market and put into a dark corner until they get their stuff right. Then they'll come back on the market. And if you're invested in them, you're going to be in that limbo until they come out. So these 2 companies, GVSI and WLAN, are off our list today. We can't buy them, so it doesn't matter what they do. TGGI hasn't had any news. However, she is current, verified profile, transfer agent, shell company, not doing anything because they're getting ready for a merger with a $6 billion Chinese wine company. Let me see, MJWL, real quick here. Going over to our news, let's see what we got. Closest news was about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, business line. So what do they do here? Global Investment Custody Service launches decentralized blockchain platform, update on cryptocurrency mining. And like I said, it was quite a few weeks ago that they had any news, Magic Wheels. But Magic Wheels has been doing very well. So whatever their news was, it has been crypto farming, agreement announced. They're working in Singapore, Malaysia, and Mauritius. They're going to India, United Arab Emirates, and United States of America. This year they plan on making $22 million. Next year, $142, and 2023, $500 million. So that's what's going on with MJWL. GVSI is out of there. AUNXF is another one on our list. AXP Energy. What news do they got going for us? We got 5 minutes here. Nothing since 2017. Here's something. They're going to, agreement to power Bitcoin miners. And that was virtually a month ago. Don't know why it's moving right now. D-Man. I did see something on D-Man. D-Man is pink and current. No problems there. Today, folks, they had news come out. Demand Brands released a shareholder letter. I read this. They are a a hemp company, a cannabis company, and they've come up with some new products that they are putting on the market. And they did a test run last month, and they seem to do good. They got about $250,000 worth of products that they can get $500 million out of. So that's what they plan on doing. Okay, so that pretty much covers all the news. We see what's going on. Let's jump back over to our charts. We've got just a few minutes here. All right. Let me get rid of this news over here. That's confusing me. All right. Now, as you can see, let's see here. I've got to jump from page to page. I got to get this set up, right? We got to get Ameritrade over here. There we go. I have my purchase down at the bottom. No, TGGI is not actually the one I am thinking of. You can see I've got that written in down there. I am thinking today with news coming out on, what was it, D-Man? D-Man just had news, and we had the 6-company merge with RNWF. So it's one of those 2 companies. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4 monitors in front of me. What you and I are looking at, the charts, goes right in front of me. The rest of these may have charts on them, but what I've also got on them is that TD Ameritrade purchase order. I have one on each because each one has a keyboard. I can run on each one of these. So I'll have one stock on here at the price I want, one over here with the price I want, and one over here with the price I want, and one right here with the price I want. And I will move to whichever computer I need to put in my order. Now, that's not really a duplicatable thing, so I really don't teach it. But I'm telling you what I do to give myself more advantage, save myself more time, and cut down on the accidents. I really, when I type fast, I make accidents. And I have bought stuff I didn't intend to buy, I didn't intend to pay, I didn't want that much or that little, and it just goes all wrong. So I normally have multiple ones preset up for me. So if you can deal with multiple devices in front of you and put a buy order on each one for the different stocks, you might have a better chance of getting a faster price. Okay, let's come on over here. All right, what do we got for pre-market volume going right now? Jump up here, boys. Come on, move. There we go. So MJWL, which is not a bad one. It's been moving strong. So what is MJWL doing? I can click these buttons and bring these up. Okay, so we've been climbing for 5 days straight. Let's back up. Let's go a little bit. Let's go to 10 days. All right, so we hit a low bubble down here. The 200 is climbing, climbing, climbing. No, I mean, it had a dip, but it hit that 200, went right back up. Did not want to come down. Had no intentions of coming down. That is just a dip. Sideways, sideways, dip, bounce. So I like this one. MJWL looks good. And I'm going to be able to buy 4,000 shares of that for my $500 I spend each day. TGGI, what are you looking like? Lots of lines there. Matter of fact, let's see if I can get rid of all those lines. Remove clear drawing set. Yeah, get rid of those so we can see. There we go. All right, we got the same thing going on with TGGI, folks. We got a 200 here. I am on the 1 month. No, this is a 10-day chart. Every 30 minutes, it shows she's growing. You can see she is bouncing off of that 200, constantly going up. Even when the MACD is falling, it's holding. Very strong. TGGI is doing quite well. This one here, we just had a bounce. We're expecting maybe a surge, but there's no crazy recovery or growth going on with AUNXF. We had a huge bounce on D-Man. D-Man is the one that just had news come out today. So I highly anticipate this one to be the one. Matter of fact, I'm going to set this up, folks. This is the one I believe is going to have the most run today. I've done my homework. D-Man, I can put in 26,000 shares. I'm going to see what I got here. Price. Well, there we go, folks. I don't have time. All right, we're flying. Let's see what we got here. TGGI up. Let's get this up at the top. We've only got one at the top right now. There goes D-Man. All right, we're watching for the first minute. I'm going to put D-Man chart up here. Put this over here at 1 minute. I really don't have time for all this, but hey, let's try to do what we can. Looks strong, folks. You know what? I like this. So I'm going to say I buy this now at, what's the price? 7819. I'm going to have to go in it here. Hit that. Is that right? If I got the right chart up, D-Man 19. So let's get, how come the price isn't changing there? No, see, I knew it. That was not the right price. I could see that was wrong. There we go. Get in there. Buy. All right, I'm missing out here. I can't see what's going on because I got to jump from page to page. All right, I'm going to buy it right now. 26,000. I like the way that looks. Let's see if I got the right price. Whoa, no, I got one too many zeros in there, folks. Woo! All right, let's get this 520. I would place my order. Bink. Of course, I don't have the money right now, folks, because I'm trying to buy a house and I got it wrapped up in a down payment play. All right, so I am in. It doesn't look like we have anything else going, does it? D-Man is the only one at the top. Whoa. Whoa. All right. Now, we'll look. We can see it's climbing right now. It's taking off. It's flying. I want to watch. All right, I got to get my sell order. Get that sell order prepared. D-Man. Sell. Sell. I have 26,000. Make sure I have the right number in there because it won't sell it if it's wrong. I'm doing this at a market price, folks. Market. I don't want to catch the price. I don't want to have to know what the price is going to be. I just want to catch it. All right, so I've got it all set up here. You can see them down here. I got my review button. Now I can hit that review order because it's not going to change the price. So I can actually hold that there. It's ready. All I got to do is hit that button and go. But I can also sell up here, sell market. I click this box, auto send, put my shares in here. See, I got that wrong. Got to make sure they're all right. 26,000 shares, and I can just click that button and it's a done deal. All right, so where are we at right now? We're at 8% gains. No, it says 20% gains. Oh, there it is, 20%, and it dropped. It bounced again. Whew. I may have got out of 20% gains, but I got to say, she has news today. That is a fresh catalyst. A fresh catalyst has a lot of extra oomph. So we're hoping that that news is going to push this beyond 1-2 minutes. So here's our 1 minute chart over here. Let's not come in too close. It just doesn't look the same. Okay. And this is our 5 minute chart. Now, what do our, again, we don't want to come in too close. The 200 is looking good. All the SMAs are right. The 10 on the top is actually pulling away. Pulling away. 1 minute and 5 minute look great on this. There's our 1, 2, 3rd minute. It had a dip. That's all it had, a climb, a dip. She's still high on the RSI. So I am set up on my order. This is, okay, we got TGGI coming into the picture now. What's her volume looking like? Open, dipped. There's your 2nd minute. She's starting to come up. Now, she hasn't got any fresh catalysts. She just has the hope and the speculation of this merger coming on. Things look good on the 5 minute. She looks like she has a good mood this morning. Let's come back to D-Man, which is at 19% right now. Now, of course, it's not 19% for me because I got in at, let's see, what was my price? 2. Let's come over here and I go to trade, order status. All right, D-Man, 2600.002. Now, would I have gotten that? That was at, we did that at the 1st, 2nd minute. Let me get back there. How we doing? Looking good. Okay. On the 1st minute, it's come in. 1st minute brought it up to 19.99. And I think I was in there before the 2nd minute even hit. I do believe I was. Well, you know, I'll time it. We'll look back in the video. And if it's true, I'm going to say it is. Because it's at one point, it's at 19.8 right there. And 2 was right there on the 2nd minute. I am almost positive I caught that. Tough to tell without the real thing going on. All right, so I'm going back to my sell button. Got to keep that up. 26,000 shares at market price. Market just grabs whatever price is there. Now, folks, it is possible to have your order missed on market. Do not let me convince you that it's a guaranteed sale. Let's get back to D-Man. All right, I am on D-Man. She's taking another dip. It is not a guaranteed sale. If the price is moving at such a speed and others are selling too, it may miss you. It is possible to miss a market sale order, and you could get trapped or you could just lose your gains. So know that fact. If it is super fast moving, there is a possibility your order will not catch. Normally they do. Normally, but not guaranteed. A limit order is guaranteed if you catch the price at the right time. All right, so we are on, what is this? Where's my clock? There we go, 9:36. So we're 6 minutes into this. Let's see what our long-term chart looks like here. All right, we're on 5 minutes. That's not looking bad. I mean, she has dipped. We're just above my buy price, just above it at 22. 202. Actually, it's 0.0202. I normally don't even say those zeros in the front. Once you know which stock you're talking about, it's kind of pointless to keep saying zeros. So it's at 21.5 now. I got in at 20. Okay, she looks like she's taking another bounce up. TGGI. And how are the others doing? This one took a dip from the bell straight down and is starting to climb now. So we can watch for RNWF, that is the company that acquired 6 companies, to probably start doing something. I would presume they would. This one looks a little weak. That's MJWL. But, you know, she goes sideways a lot, climb, sideways, climb. So she could easily be on a sideways run. And this one doesn't show anything. It's just dropping all the way. So we got 2 at the top then. D-Man, woo! Thank God I got into the right one today. I hate to do anything bad in front of you folks, but stuff happens. That's real life. I never know if I'm going to get it right, and it could go sadly wrong right now. It could take a very fast drop. So as I said, the important part is once you buy, go verify you got what you wanted, what you thought you bought, then set up your order to sell wherever you're doing it, on your trading platform, on your brokerage site. Have it set up. You need to be ready. And I've got it on the market order, and all I got to do is touch that button and it's done. No review. It's just instantly. Doesn't matter what the price is, as long as it's not running 100 miles an hour, I'll get my price. Now, if it's moving slow, like right now, it's not running, is it? There's no big green bar, so I truly, honestly, do not need to be on market. Market is for when you can't grab, when you can't determine what the price is going to be. You just can't. You just need to throw out a big net out there to catch it. But if it's moving slow, you can see what the price is and ask what you want and get what you want. However, if you do a market order when it's slow, it's just going to sell at the bid. It's no different than doing a limit order. So I just sit there on the market because I don't know if it's going to get crazy all of a sudden or not. Could take a wild jump at 10 minutes after the bell. Okay, we've still only got 2 at the top, and D-Man is the best and strongest right now. I don't see anything else. Kind of a little boring here. Actually, my coffee's cold. So this doesn't work bad for me, having this down here at the bottom. I shrink my top page, my charts, and lay it on top of my other page, which you can do to your own computer. I'm looking at both of them right now, and whichever one I touch becomes the predominant page. But I really don't like bouncing my screen from one screen to another screen. I want to see what I'm looking at. It's like driving. You don't look down when you change gears or step on the gas pedal. You do that while you're looking at the road. So I want to have my shifter and my gas pedal here in front of me and my window there so I can do it the way we're used to doing it. Okay, we are getting some climb now. This is looking pretty good. You can see that on the 5 minute. She is picking up some momentum. The 10 is pulling away. Look at that. Boom. There's another jump up to 23. So let me see. We're looking at about 30. That's about 15% gains for me. From my 2 to 23 is about 15% gains, even though it's up 25%. You got to remember that. Your gains aren't what you read over here. Your gains are from where you got in. So I got in at 2. It's at 235 now. So I'm coming close to my 20%. Now, does that mean I'm going to jump out as soon as it hits 20%? Let's say it's moving slow. Click, click, 17, 18, 19, 20. Do I jump out? Well, no, I'm using a little bit of common sense here, right? This is emergency. If it starts jumping, I want 20%, but that 20% could be lost in 3 seconds. It could fall back as fast as it went up. So I have a number, 20%. But if it's growing 20, 25, 28 at a nice pace like this, heck no, I'm not getting off the escalator. It's going up, and I'm going to ride it until it looks like it has any danger or time runs out. So right now, I am working on my 20%. I see no emergency evacuation for a quick dump, and I definitely have got some time left before 10 o'clock. We got 20 minutes. So in the first 10 minutes, we're up. It's just about 20%. There it is. That's 25%, isn't it? It's up 4 on 2. 4, that's 5. Right, that's 20%. Wow, look at her go, folks. Darn, I wish I had done this for real today. Yes, I do. Then I would actually have some extra money. But this is how it is done. Normally, I do this. I am in the midst of buying a house right now, and I am working all my cash to generate that down payment. Sounds scary, doesn't it? Boy, I'll tell you what, it sure teaches you how to trade with rules. When you must have that paycheck, when you're trying to get the money to pay a bill, buy a house, something, when you make rules, those rules are there for a reason, and you realize those reasons because all of a sudden it occurs to you, man, if I do something wrong, I'm not going to be able to pay that bill, or I'm not going to get that house, or I'm not going to have a paycheck. All of a sudden, those rules that you made are dead serious, and you respect them. All right, we got a little dip here. Let's keep an eye on that. We are on the 1 minute. Now, 1 minute is jerky. That's like trying to determine where someone's going to walk, what direction they're going to turn by staring at their feet. Their feet can go in a lot of different directions, or watching their eyeballs to decide where they're going to go. Very difficult because these things are twisting and turning and turning and twisting very quickly. You need to pick something like the shoulders, which is why I come out to the 5 minute mark. When people turn their shoulders, they're normally heading the direction that the shoulders are headed, not their eyes, not their feet. Although the feet go that direction, they can go everywhere going that direction, which is what the 1 minute shows. Every little weave around cracks in the sidewalk and piles of bubble gum on the street. All right, she's picking back up. Excuse me. So this is looking nice. And, we did get our NWF. Our NWF has entered into the game. She was looking like she could have that possibility. Look at that. She's had some good bounces. That's 5-5 down to 5. Yeah, she's moving nice. This would be a delayed play, obviously. We're getting into everything in the first minute to the second minute. And this is now into our 13th minute. But if you're not playing for a paycheck, these rules can be adjusted for you. Maybe you want to watch the first 5 minutes. Maybe you're playing the long game through the day and you just want in the morning and out in the afternoon. These are all good setups. So they're a good place to start. And you don't have to rush like I do the first 60, 120 seconds. You can get a bigger picture. It all depends on the game you're playing, doesn't it? And I'm playing a 30-minute game. Let's get back to my boy over here. Uh-oh! Look at that. Turn my back talking to you, folks. Look at that. Now, I'm not going to constitute that as a drop, a fall. Let's see here. I want to get rid of this list so I can see some more here. Let's open this up. All right, things still look good on the 5 minute. This is why you pull back. You say, well, how can it be any different? Well, it's about data. You've only got so much data on a 1 minute screen. The more data you get, the bigger the picture, the more you understand of what's going on. And Yeah, that looked dangerous, but look, it's nowhere near the 20. This is what my SMAs come in handy for now. The 10 is on the top, and when it starts to get serious, it'll get close to the 20. If it breaks to 20, we know it's serious, and it's going to try to break through the 200. These are set up perfectly. Lightest, smallest on the top, middle ground for the middle one, and the heaviest, biggest on the bottom. Watch your lines. They're telling me the story. Down here tells me the power. This is the power of the price change. You know, how often the price is changing in the same direction. And this is showing me the power in volume of shares moving. Price movement, share movement. And this tells the story. So we're watching our lines. On the 1 minute, we can see it is coming down. It's already fallen onto the 20. It's testing the 20. That's what it does. And you ride those tests out. You normally don't buy or sell until 2 bars before or after. If you're selling, you should miss the top by 2 bars. Why should you miss the top? Because you're not psychic. You didn't know when the top was going to be the top. How did you know it was going to fall? So we wait for confirmation. Boink, boink. 2 is normal. So when you see these big traders and you see that they got out just 2 after, and you say, wow, that's not so good. They missed the top. No, that's perfect. They got their confirmation, knew what they were looking at, and got out. And it happens the same way on the bottom. If you find a stock that hits the bottom, how do you know it's the bottom? Okay, let's forget a low bubble. Let's say it's not a low bubble bottom. It's just coming down, but it's going to bounce back. Where is the bottom? Well, you wait for 2 bounce backs, 2 confirmations that it's going the other direction. That's what you see on a lot of professional charts. They get in after the bottom. Why? Because they didn't know it was the bottom. That's my whole point. So we are looking for confirmation moves. And when you just have up and down, up and down, up and down, that's just the ride. You can watch someone walk down the sidewalk on flat sidewalk and their head's going up and down, up and down, up and down. So try not to get scared. If the low time frame looks like a bad setup, back out to the bigger frame, get a bigger picture, look at it. Is that 10 as close to the 20 as it looks on the 1 minute? No, we're a long ways from it. Now we're sitting, okay, it's bounced up. Now in case you didn't know, there's one huge difference between a red bar and a green bar outside of the color. A green bar ends. This is where the price ends. So when I want to say, if right there, the price is 0.0215. But on a red one, the price is at the bottom. You read the bottom of the box on a red one to find the price. You read the top of the box on a green one to read the price. This is where it opened. This is where it closed. On a red one, this is where it opened, and this is where it closed, because that's a negative. It's a reciprocal. It's a mirror image. So it's exactly the opposite. So what are we doing here? We're back up to 2.2. We were up to 2.45. Actually, 0.0251. Now, you see that. You see that right there. Now, if I come back, I am on a 5 minute, even on a 10 minute. So there you go, folks. We're on a high bubble. Come in real close. 5 minute. Of course, you pulled back. So that's not a dip. That's a pullback. Anytime I see a high bubble, I expect it to come down. Absolutely. If it doesn't, I'm amazed. If it doesn't, it's a rocket that's got petrol fuel that's just the best in the world, because they always come down. This came down. Exactly what I presumed, so I'm not worried. It's doing what it should, and it bounced back. Now, we seem to have a bit of a stall going here. I don't see a lot of action in these last couple of minutes. What does the volume look like? Let's see what we got going over here. All right, D-Man. And we lost, oh, it fell off because I tagged it. TGGI. I don't know how those fall off. Let's get that back up there. Yeah, see, TGGI is still in the game. Is not growing very fast. That's a 5 minute. Let's come to our 1 minute. But it is up, you know, steady, slow, 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 which is what TGI has been doing. It doesn't do, I mean, it's erratic is what it is. That's what you get with speculation. There's no facts on the table. Speculation can make a stock go wild crazy, and it can be very difficult to predict. But TGGI, that's big, from 0006 to a $6 billion company. All right, we got how many minutes left here? All right, we're down to 11 minutes. All right, she's taking another dip. There's your 1 minute. Now let's look at the 5 minute. I prefer the 5 minute on dips. The 1 minute dip does happen to scare me a lot. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. There's our 20 minutes right there. We have 10 minutes to go. Opened up down here, got all the way up to here during that 5 minute period, but has fallen back down to here. Am I scared? No. The 10 is still going up away from the 20. The volume doesn't look bad. We're still in this last 5 minutes. Actually, that should be changing any time. We're high on the RSI. If I was looking at this next day, I'd say this doesn't look bad at all. I'd put this on my list right now. So I still think it looks pretty decent. Now, I got to say, on the 1 minute, not so good. Everything looks to be declining, which isn't good. Now, what's happening here is it's going to come and test this 20. That 10 is going to try to bounce off that 20. It's got the 200 under it, very close to support it. You can kind of think of them as a thin board, a thicker board, and a real thick board. And that's what you got here. And this thin board is going to try to bounce off this thicker board. And if this thin board breaks through that thicker board, we got a problem. And if it gets through the thickest board, we definitely have a problem. Now you can see she's going sideways. She's right there on this price. Been there a lot this morning. Oh, that didn't grab. She's been bouncing off that. And she's riding it right now. So I can see she wants to test that 20. Over here, though, there is no 20. It's really testing the 10. See? It's right on top of the 10 right now. And here it goes. It's heading toward... Oh, it just bounced up. There it goes, folks. Looks like it didn't even need the touch. The price touched the 20, but the 10 SMA did not. But it seems to be enough. We've got it coming out of the red. MACD turning. RSI turning. Volume is climbing, right? Everything's coming up like a hot draft is lifting. All right, we got 8 minutes left till 10 o'clock. How's our watch list looking over here for the other guys? They're doing about the same. TGGI is still at about 3-4%, and RNWF is at just under 2%. On the 1 minute, you can see it is steadily climbing. I mean, it's not surging, but it's going in the right direction at a steady pace. The volume is coming downhill. You can see we have less and less volume. On the 5 minute, how's she looking? Well, you can see, look, that 200 on TGGI is now starting to turn up. On that bigger picture, how well does that 200 hold it? Very well. That 200, look, it bounces off that 200, bounces off that 200. That thick board is doing very, very well. The 20 bounces off of it. The 10 bounces off of it. So this looks good. This looks like it should continue rising. Good, steady updraft. And RNWF. Ooh, look at that bounce. Well, now that's a 30-minute bounce. That's a 30-minute looking good there. But we're looking at the 200. It's kind of more sideways than not, but you can see it is above. This is 30 minutes, so that's 10 days. Let's look at 20 days. All right. So she's way down here. She is just now going into an upswing, and that is a very strong punch with very strong growth with a lot of volume. So this shows promise for the rest of the day as well. Now, I don't know about this one for the rest of the day. I'm still riding out the surge. Okay, that is the 1 hour. Let's come down to the 1 minute. We're down to 7 minutes to the hour. All right, she bounced off that 20 right there. Still negotiating. Still not determined what she wants to do. We're coming close to 10 o'clock. I really don't know. Really don't know what's going to happen here, folks. The stock itself is up 23% right now. Remember, I say I get out at 20% gain. The stock is gained. I haven't gained. So I don't get out when the stock's up 20%. And you know, something else too. A lot of people use open and close on their portfolios. If you use open, it only shows you the gains from the open this morning till now. Well, what if you closed yesterday at 1 penny, after market hours, it went up to 3 cents. So it opened up at 3 cents. And then it climbs another penny. You see you've made 20%. but actually you've made almost 80% from yesterday's close. But because you use today's open, you don't get to see the aftermarket, what changed from the time the bells went between each other like that. So I always use close. I want to see how much money I made since it closed yesterday. I was looking at my losses at close, so I want to recover those losses from close. So I never use open. I only use close. Okay, we are getting that same sideways bounce now on the next level up. Now you see what's going on here. She is working on levels. She's working these levels up and up, and she's already been up at this level. You can see that, and she hit a high. So all of those are what she's working through. So I would expect, we do have one right there. I mean, you can see it hit right at the top here, right at the bottom there, right at the bottom there. And that might, no, it's not. So there is actually a support there too, which is where it's bouncing in between. Doing, 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 doing. It needs to get just on top of this one, and it should get up to 24. Is it going to do it in our time frame? I honestly don't think so. I don't think so. I think she's going to get stuck right there, but it's hard to tell. She's coming back to that 20 again. She's coming back to that 20, and she's going to test it again. See, the price hit the 20, not the 10 SMA. They are different. Each one of these things are their own entities. So when that 10 blue line hits that 20 blue line, a decision will be made. Can the thin board get through the thicker board, or will it ricochet and bounce off? And this volume is pathetic. That's telling me a story right now. All the growth, all the positive stuff we see has volume underneath it. All this sideways silliness, all this red, all this falling out of the red RSI, and at least it's in the 60s, which means there's hope. There's red embers in the fire, so you can still possibly have a flame pop up. Hey, look, we're trying to get to the flame point. See if we can get above that 70. All right, we broke it. We broke that last support. It should try to reach 0.024 now. I mean, this is just hollow ground for it in there. There is some little spikes in there. I agree. You can see she found one of them. So it doesn't want to move big. It's moving small. But you see, it is striving to move forward. It really is. It's going sideways and then just a little up, sideways, a little up. And that's okay, because you do that all day, you end up with a good day. Now me, I'll be getting out here in just a few minutes, but you consider all the rest. Now I'm going to get rid of all these lines. There we go. Better? It does get a little congested, especially when you start drawing wedges and channels and all sorts of other stuff. It can get crazy. I don't like too many tools. I just use my SMAs to show me what has happened and what is likely to happen. I like to see how many shares are moving in what direction. I like to see the price power. And between these things, I normally can work. Now, I'm sure somebody can show me new tools that will help. And I've tried to incorporate tools before, but things didn't always go as smooth as I thought they would. All right, here we go, folks. Right there, we're trying to get a crossover. We're trying to get that out from underneath, which is a weak position, up to the top. That crossover will show strength. You should get a stronger move once it is on top. We're already above the signal line. Let's see here. And we should be coming out of the red. Yeah. See, we're coming out of that red shallow now. It's about getting even. Latest I stay in is 905. I'm feeling a bit tempted right now to stay into 905. I hate to lose any gain, but greed is where you lose most of your money. Take the green, fight the greed. Greed is where we lose most of our money. All right, she's on top of it right now. RSI is not cooperating. All right, over here, it all looks good over here. The movements over here are so tiny that they're really not doing anything over here. Volume is starting to come back. See? We need that. We need that volume to start coming back into play. That is what brings the RSI up. So, hope and pray here, folks. All right, my sell is still here. I don't know if it'll actually grab the price for me. Does it show the price anywhere here? Oh, estimated trade amount. See, that's wrong. I got too many zeros. I was going to sell it, and I wouldn't have been able to sell it because I had too many shares. Wow. Check your stuff. Yeah, because this said $5,700. I wasn't going to get $5,700. I was only getting $572. D-Man, 26,000 shares, 20%. Right, see, so you can see, right now I'm at a $72 gain on my investment. I'm not quite sure how much that came out to. It was $480 or something like that, so I may be closer to $90 gain. All right, let's see, we're down, that's 10 o'clock right there. That's 10 o'clock. Do I want to get out? No, everything is still going up. The 20 is dropping. Oh! All right, the two are negotiating. The 10 and the 20 are having a big conversation here. The 200 isn't involved. Thank goodness. Are we going to get back up to that high? We're at 23.4. That's 27% gain for the stock since the bell. We'll figure out my gain here in just a minute. Let's see here. I want to check something. Let's see. Trade. Order status. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to see here. 2,650. All right. It would have cost me $520. $520 is what this would have cost me. Let's get back to my sell. So right now at that price, it looks like I've only made 50 bucks. We're going to see here. 2,600. I got to put this back in. Market. Now, you've also got to look at the market or the bid, right? We got to see what that bid is. Just because the price is 2.3 doesn't mean I can sell for 2.3. All right, 2.340. All right, so I'm going to get it exactly for what the bid is. There's not a huge spread there where I'm going to lose money, which is what can happen. You can see a dynamite price there, but there's this humongous spread between the bid and the ask, and you don't get as much profit as you want. Okay, 3 minutes left. And I got to be honest here, folks, the coffee's running through me. Just trying to get to the end of my 5 minutes here. Okay. Is she going to climb? She's negotiating. Everything is just kind of going sideways here. I do see a pop of volume. Pop of volume is nice. Pop of volume is nice. Not papa volume. A pop of volume. Let's see here. Market 217. Now, see, the bid just fell to 217. 217. And the price is 234. You see that? All right, so what I'm going to do is I've got 3 minutes left. I'm going to watch that bid. The bid is low. It's taken away a penny or, 1.4. It's taken away too much. The gap has gotten high, so I am watching. I've got my finger on the button. I'm waiting for that bid to jump back up to 23. Need a spike of volume here. All right, we got 2 minutes. Oh, not that way. Not that way. Bounce off that 20. Give me a good bounce. So I got 2 minutes left. It's hit the 20. Hit the 20 hard. Took the MACD down. Took the RSI down. 10 o'clock, folks. That's when I get out because the market takes a hesitation and they dip. And then I don't know if it's going to fall or if it's... See? All right, I'm out. Boom. Okay, so I would have had it at 564. And it seems a little low to me. All right, let's do some figuring here. So the day is over, at least for my play. Now, 564. What price did that sell at? Oh, it fell. That's right. That's right. So 564, and I paid 520 for it. So I made $44 on this today. You can see I could have had more. I never really hit my 20%, but it hit its 20%. So I could have got out here. What time was that? That was 13 minutes after the bell. And obviously you can see over here where I got out was just at 10 o'clock. up, down, and it's coming back up. And it may continue, although I got to say the technicals on the minute are pretty bad right now. We're taking a dive on the 5 minute right now. Now, this did have catalyst today. D-Man had news. So catalyst is always worth something. It at least gives you a reason for why it's moving up. TGGI ended up with almost 10%. This one came in on the open and dipped the second minute. Had you gotten in there, you could have rode this up slowly. Remember, this hasn't got a strong absolute catalyst. It has a speculative catalyst. And then RNWF, which is merging with 6 companies, has also been climbing slowly. But you can see, gee whiz, that's under 1 minute. 630, 633, 634, 635. What? Wonder why it's all the way in there. So we had our 3 stocks that stayed up, and you may want to watch them for the rest of the day. I know that RNWF and TGGI look like they were going to continue running. And D-Man had catalyst and news. She's taking a dip right now, probably profit takers, 10 o'clock in the morning. And she very well could start going back up. I mean, that all looks good, folks. I can't say that looks bad. That's on the 5 minute. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. Yeah, it's not looking bad. So keep your eye on these 3 stocks, RNWF, TGGI, and D-Man. So that does it for our morning wrap up. I didn't do great. I could have done better. But considering that at least I got one of the stocks at the top, I'm happy. I didn't lose any money today. Ta-da! So we'll be back this afternoon and do a wrap up on the close of the day and find another list to generate for tomorrow. And if the market changes, when the sentiment changes and the volume comes back to the OTC market, you're going to see what this can really do. Right now, it's kind of pathetic, folks. The volume isn't all that wild. There just isn't a lot of love for the OTC market right now. But when the love comes, so will the profits. We'll see you later. See you, folks.